Sai Ram children, welcome to maths class. We have started with our chapter number 9, time, correct? Children, today we are going to see a topic which is duration of time. Now, let's see an example. Here we have a house and a school. Okay, if I ask you like how much time is required to reach school, okay, from your house, how you will calculate, how you will say? First you will think, right, at what time you left your house. For example, if the starting time, if you left your house at 7 a.m. okay, and you reach your school at 8 a.m. can you see there is a difference? Okay, if I subtract 8 a.m. minus 7 a.m. okay, there is 1 hour in between, right? From 7 to 8 there is 1 hour. So that means it took 1 hour to reach from house to the school, right? So that is known as duration of time, or we can say duration of time means the time passed between two events. Okay, you have started, okay, from your house to reach school, that is the start point, and then when the event has finished, when you reached school, so the time between that two is known as duration of time. Okay, now let us see how we have to calculate. Now children, calculating time can be in hours, in minutes, in seconds, in days also, or in weeks also. Okay, so how we are going to calculate? Let us see an example. Calculate the number of hours in 5 days. Okay, so how many hours are there in 5 days that we have to calculate? Now you all know in one day there are 24 hours, correct? So we have to consider that. First we will write what? One day, hours in one day is equal to 24. Right? So then we can calculate hours in 5 days. How we are going to calculate? We have to multiply 24 into 5. Okay? Because we need hours in 5 days. So 24 multiplied by 5. Okay, you can do a rough work and you can calculate. 5 4s is 20, 2 carry 0 down, 5 2s is 10, plus 2 is 12. So you can see children here it is 120 hours. So thus there are 120 hours in 5 days. Okay, let's see one more example. How many minutes are there in 2 hours? Okay, now 2 hours we have to see how many minutes are there. Okay, we all know the formula, correct? In 1 hour, how many minutes are there, children? I've taught you. In 1 hour there are 60 minutes, correct? So in 2 hours, how many minutes will be there? We have to multiply. See, this way. Minutes in 1 hour is equal to 60. This we all know, right? When the minute hand takes one full round, then 1 hour is over, right? So minutes in 1 hour is equal to 60. We have to find minutes in 2 hours. So we have to multiply 60 into 2. Okay, if I multiply 60 into 2, I will get 120 minutes. So children, there are 120 minutes in 2 hours. Okay, this is how we have to find out, we have to calculate. Children, everyone now take out your textbook, exercise 9.2. We are going to solve few sums. Okay, Now question number 1 is Anjali's daily routine is given below. Write the duration of time of each activity. Okay, so we have to find out what the duration of time is between the each activity what Anjali is doing. Okay, now first A1 is wakes up in the morning at 6 o'clock. Anjali wakes up at 6 o'clock. She goes to school at 7 o'clock. So what is the duration, children, between 6 to 7? It's only 1 hour, correct? We know that between 6 o'clock and then 7 o'clock. Or when we need to find duration of time, we can subtract also. Okay, this 2 clocks. 7 o'clock minus 6 o'clock is equal to 1. So the answer is 1 hour. Okay, you have to write here 1 hour. You can write it down in your textbook itself. Okay, write 1 hour. B1 reaches school 8 o'clock, eats lunch 11 o'clock. So there is so much time in between, correct? Let us calculate. Again we are going to subtract 11 o'clock minus 8 o'clock. What the answer is, children? It is, how many hours will be there? 8, 9, 10, 11. So 3 hours. Right here 3 hours. Last one is reaches home at 2 o'clock and does homework at 4 o'clock. Okay, so 4 o'clock minus 2 o'clock, which is equal to 2 hours, correct? We can write here 2 hours. This is how we can find the duration of time. Okay, write down, children, all the answers. Question number 2 is write the time. Okay, they have given a time and they have asked few questions. What it is? See, A1, time now is given to us and we have to write time after 1 hour. Okay, after 1 hour means we have to add 1 hour, right? Let us start. First one is 5 o'clock. So what will be the time after 1 hour? 5 o'clock plus 1 hour is equal to 6 o'clock. Okay, now here we have to follow the format. Here they have given, see, o'clock is given in a question. So in the answer also you will write 6 o'clock. Okay, like this, 6 o'clock. Okay, now the second one is 8 o'clock. After 1 hour, 8 o'clock plus 1 hour, what it will be, children? 8 plus 1 is 9, correct? So the next hour will be 9 o'clock. Okay, you have to write it down in your textbook. Next one is 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock plus 1 hour, 10 plus 1 is 11. So it will be 11 o'clock. Very good. Next one is 11 o'clock. Okay, so what will be the answer, children? 11 o'clock plus 1 hour will be 12 o'clock. So the answer is 12 o'clock. Okay, you have to write it down. Now let's see the B1. B1 is time now is given and time 1 hour before we have to write. Okay, now here they have given the time in minutes, hours and minutes, correct? Hours to minutes. So you have to write in that format only. Here time now is 7 o'clock. Now 1 hour before. Before means we have to subtract 1 hour. Okay, now if it is 7 o'clock, if I subtract 1 hour, it will become 7 minus 1 is 6. Okay, so 1 hour before is 6 o'clock. So how we will write? 6, 2 dots and 2 zeros. That is 6 o'clock. Next is 3 o'clock. Okay, time before 3 o'clock, time before 1 hour, what it will be, children? 3 minus 1, which is equal to 2. Okay, the last one is 9, right? 9 hours. So before 9 hours, if I subtract 1 hour, it will be 8 o'clock. So 8 hours. Okay children. Children, now take out your notebook. We are going to solve few sums in the notebook also. Write exercise 9.2, question number 3. How many hours will be there in 2 days? Okay, so it is hours we have to find out in 2 days. Okay, now in 1 day how many hours are there? We all know in 1 day 24 hours are there, correct? So in 2 days, how I will find out? I have to multiply 24 into 2. Okay, then I can get for 2 days. 24 into 2 is equal to 48, correct? So there are 48 hours in 2 days. Yes, children, please note down the answer. You have to write in proper steps. First we will write hours in 1 day is equal to 24. Hours in 2 days is equal to 24 into 2, which is equal to 48. Okay, write the answer. There are 48 hours in 2 days. Okay children, next one is 1 week. Okay, we have to find how many hours are there in 1 week, right? In a week there are 7 days, correct? So this is our first statement. 1 week is equal to 7 days, right? And in 1 day how many hours are there? There are 24 hours. So then we will write hours in 1 day is equal to 24. If we know in 1 day how many hours are there, we can also find out how many hours are there in 7 days, correct? How we will find out? We have to multiply 24 into 7. Okay, so we will get the answer as 168 after multiplication. So in 7 days there are 168 hours, or we can say that in a week there are 168 hours. Okay, we have to write all the steps properly, do the multiplication and write the answer. Okay, note it down children in your note. Okay, let's move on to question number 4. Calculate the number of minutes in 4 hours. We have to calculate now minutes, okay, in 4 hours. Children, in 1 hour how many minutes are there? We know 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes, correct? We have to find out in 4 hours how many minutes are there. So we have to multiply 4 with 60. So 4 hours, how we will find out? 4 multiplied by 60. Then we can get in 4 hours. Okay. Let us see the steps. See. How we will write? Minutes in 1 hour is equal to 60. Minutes in 4 hours is 60 into 4. Okay. You can do the multiplication here. You can make a rough work a column. 4 zeros are 0, 4 6 are 24. So it is 240 minutes. Correct? So there are 240 minutes in 4 hours. Children, next we have to find out in 1 day how many minutes are there. Right? So write C question. Hours in 1 day, right? How many hours are there in 1 day? 24 hours. So minute in 1 hour is equal to 60, right? If in 1 hour there are 60 minutes, then we have to find out in 24 hours how many minutes will be there. Okay, are you understanding? See, there is 1 day. We have to write the answer in minutes. Correct? We all know in one day there are 24 hours. Right? So that is our first statement. In one day there are 24 hours. Correct? So we also know that in 1 hour there are 60 minutes. Correct? In 1 hour there are 60 minutes. So for finding how many minutes are there in 24 hours, we will multiply 24 into 60. Okay? We will do the multiplication. 24 into 60. Then put 0, 0. Put one more 0. 6 4s are 24. 6 2s are 12. 11, 12, 13, 14. So what is our answer? Our answer is 1440 minutes. Okay? So there are 1440 minutes in one day. Okay? Please write down all the steps. Do the multiplication also. Last one is question number 5. Write down the question, everyone. Calculate the number of seconds in A1 is given 30 minutes. Okay, in 30 minutes, how many seconds are there that we have to calculate? Okay, now in 1 minute, we know how many seconds are there. How many? 60. It's always 1. Okay, in 1 minute, there are 60 seconds. So for finding 30 minutes, how many seconds are there? We have to multiply 30 into 60. Okay. If you multiply, see here, 6 3s is 18 and 2 zeros are there. So the answer is 1800. So there are 1800 seconds in 30 minutes. Okay. Write it down, children, everyone. Children, next is your homework. From question number 2, you will write C1 and D1 in your textbook itself. Okay, write the time. From question number 3, the B1 you will find. Question number 4, again B1, and question number 5, again B1. Okay, write it down. Do the homework in your homework notebook. Okay, thank you, everyone.